My name's Amber. I am here to talk about my personal yoga journey. That's such a big question, or a big topic, by the way, so impossible to do in a couple of minutes, but we'll certainly try. Where to start? I mean, if we talk about like yoga and like how people traditionally understand it, then we're talking about like the asana, the actual movement itself. And my first foray into yoga and asanas was straight out of university, straight into corporate world, like, you know, running at 100 miles per hour, and yoga was my 60 minutes a week where I really like slowed down, took some time for myself. If I'm being really honest with you, I was barely scratching the surface of what I now know yoga to be, but at that moment it met me exactly where I needed it, and that's what's important. I later came to find yoga along as like an active recovery, alongside marathon training. Again, really enjoying the asana side of yoga, probably barely scratching the surface of so many other yoga teachings. But innately in my body, in both of these experiences, I really recognized that yoga has something for the vessel, for the mind, and ultimately, like, I always left a class feeling better. And then, you know, fast forward many years, many burnouts, and I've come to find yoga in a whole different light. So today, a stone throw away from completing my YTT 200-hour House of my understanding of yoga, its teachings, its philosophies is so much deeper, and I've always had a real like respect for the teachings, but now it's like a whole different level. So there are a couple ways though, like I can now reflect and realize like I've been on this path of yoga and yoga in its many other teachings for so much longer than I realized. I just didn't have the language and the understanding to kind of piece the two together. But if I look at the yamas, the first teaching of the yamas is non-violence, or AHIMSA, and this is really like teaching that you shouldn't, you know, be violent to others, be violent to the environment, and not be violent to yourself. As an empath, that comes naturally to me in the sense of looking after others, making sure I'm like putting other people's feelings first, maybe so much so to the point that people pleasing was an issue that I was really working through. And after some time, after some therapy, after, you know, some practice, like I was really able to see that actually I was falling foul of ahimsa, of non-violence to self. People pleasing, in my opinion, can be violence to yourself. Like if you're actively, subconsciously going out of your way to do things for other people that are actually to your detriment, whether that's spending energy that you don't have to spend, or, you know, spending money, whatever it might be, that's not in line with you know, non-violence to oneself. So that's one thing that I think I know I've actively been on that journey before I recognized that that was a yoga journey in itself. All of that is to say, people pleasing, it's just one of those things. Like, it's part of the programming, it's part of the unprogramming. You're not a bad person, even if you've been violent to yourself by accident. I think it's an opportunity to meet yourself with kindness on the mat, bring yourself to the mat so you can, you know, really analyze your life and figure out where you might be doing that subconsciously. It's a journey, but it's your journey, or it's my journey, it's your journey. And I think it's important to do whatever you can to enjoy it. Much bigger topic, much bigger conversation. If you want to do that over a cup of tea sometime, hit me up. Love to share my people-pleasing, revoking experience, as well as my House of 200-hour experience, actually, with anyone that cares and wants to have a yoga yap with me. So, with love. See you soon.